Hey friends, Rev DMQ here. Hope you're having a good day. So Battlefield just dropped some intel. They actually said something about the upcoming Battlefield game. And I wanted to make a quick video about this, and you're just going to have to bear with me because I am out on the road when I saw this, and I thought I have to make a recording of this. So I'm recording this with my phone. The audio is being recorded on my phone through my headphones, so bear with audio quality. But there are a few things that need to be noted about the next Battlefield game, and I want to focus primarily on the latter part of their news. The first thing I think is it's good. It's information that we've been expecting to hear. They've got the biggest development team that they've ever had working on Battlefield. They've got a lot of studios working on this. They've got a huge team. They wrote in their letter, "We're really excited to have the biggest Battlefield development team ever working on our console and PC game for this holiday season." Then they said, "We have something very exciting to talk about on mobile." And so they go on to talk about what they're doing with all-out warfare, big destruction, a lot of developers working on this massive battles, more players and mayhem than ever before, all brought to life with the power of next-gen consoles and PCs. This is stuff we expect. You might hear people speculating that it's only coming to next-gen consoles. I don't think that's the case. I think they're developing it for what I guess are now current-gen consoles, and then we'll scale it back for the previous generation consoles. I think they're building it for the new ones, but they're going to scale it back for the previous ones. I wouldn't believe any of the rumors that saying it's only being developed for next gen consoles. That just doesn't make any sense financially, and we all know that EA loves to make money, and they're going to lose out on millions of dollars if they only develop it for the current gen, quote unquote, next gen consoles. I think it's going to come to the previous consoles as well, but this is good news that they're developing it for the current tech, not developing it for like the PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and then porting an upscale version to the PS5 and Xbox Series X. That's not what's happening. It's obviously being developed for the current gen, quote unquote, next gen. But what I think is so exciting about all of this, I think exciting, I'd be really curious what you guys think, is that they're developing a mobile game. Battlefield is coming to mobile, and you may remember Battlefield 3 actually had a mobile game. A long time ago, there was a Battlefield 3 mobile first-person shooter, and it was a mess. It was truly a mess. It was quirky, the controls were awkward. It was developed early on with mobile games, and it was only on the mobile platform for a short while before they took it off the market again. But I got it. I remember getting it and playing it for, I don't know, a few hours. And then Battlefield 4 developed the Commander app with Commander mode. They've been working on getting into the mobile gaming industry for a while, and I think the move towards mobile gaming is huge for Battlefield and for DICE. And I know there are going to be people out there who are going to be gatekeepers and say real gamers don't game on mobile. And I think that's a bullcrap argument, and I think it's inappropriate for gamers to denigrate other platforms simply because they don't like it. I'll tell you right now that my friends who are quote-unquote not serious gamers, they play mobile games all the time. I have friends who play mobile PUBG all the time. I have friends who play mobile Call of Duty all the time. They're playing these games all the time, and not just when they're on the toilet. They do it at night when they're vegging out. Instead of watching a TV show, they're playing their mobile games. Everybody has a smart device now. Everybody has a tablet, a phone, or multiple, or all of the above. Like, they've got a ton of different mobile platforms in their house, and it makes complete sense that EA would be developing a mobile game for Battlefield, their flagship shooter franchise. With the popularity of PUBG Mobile is still one of the top downloaded games, with Call of Duty Mobile, which has millions and millions of downloads and in-app purchases. So the fact that they're developing this is, I think it just makes complete sense, especially with the integration of controllers now, with the integration of bumpers. You can now game mobily. It's unbelievable, especially with the tech that you've got on like an iPad or an iPad Pro, to be able to mobile game with a controller on a tablet. That has an incredible processor on it and an incredible GPU on it, like, that's actually a really promising way for Battlefield to get into the hands of other people. But one of the things I think is interesting is that they've brought in a separate studio to develop this mobile game. They said in their post that they are working with, it's being built from the ground up by iToys to make Battlefield on the Go a reality. Industrial Toys is the company. iToys, Industrial Toys. This is not a mobile developer that I had heard of, so I did a little initial research, and here is what I found. Industrial Toys was developed in 2012. It was founded in 2012, and they have released 2 games on mobile. They've released 2 mobile games, and they're shooters. Midnight Star and Midnight Star Renegade, and they've only been developed on iOS. These are the only games, or maybe we should say this is the only game developed by iToys. And then it was acquired in 2018 by EA. iToys was acquired by EA in 2018. Now there have been rumors that Battlefield has been in this Battlefield title has been in production since before Battlefield 5 was ever started, and that this has been in production since roughly 2018. That timeline adds up, but that's all speculation. That timeline adds up and it's interesting. But iToys does not have a massive track record for gaming development in terms of this particular company. But when you look at the owners, the founders, those who started this company, you can see that they have quite a bit of history. This was founded by Alex Seropian, Tim Harris, and Brent Pease. Alex Seropian was a co-creator and Bungie co-founder. He co-created Halo and co-founded Bungie. And Joystick wrote about him, Alex Seropian has embarked on yet another new venture. After founding Wide Load Games almost 10 years ago, then joining Disney Interactive as head of game development for a few years, Seropian has now started a company named Industrial Toys, along with some kick-ass talent from ex-Marvel and DC guys, as President Tim Harris puts it. Seropian and the rest of the company plan to make hardcore games for mobile platforms. We're going deep on story and community and all sorts of nerdy goodness, says Harris. So that was co-founder Tim Harris talking about iToys, Industrial Toys, and Seropian and what they're wanting to do. And Seropian said to GameSpot, the things we're focused on simply fall into 3 categories: plan, team, and execution. Our plan is to really treat the device like its own platform. So many core offerings are brought over to the platform from other places, and the ones that aren't are developed with that mindset. Some of the things we are working on constantly doing is tearing away those preconceptions of what a core game is and starting over with the ideas that we have on mobile platform, on that mobile platform. And it really just boils down to designing for the device. The second thing is our team. We're going to invest millions in this place, and we're assembling what I think is a dream team to go after core gamers on mobile. And we haven't even announced half the folks that are working on our first project. This is obviously from when they were founding it. And the third bit is about execution. It really comes down to production value. The teams that are working really well on mobile right now, I think, bring a lot of production value, but don't necessarily bring a lot of scope, which I think makes a lot of sense for the device, because the play pattern on mobile is so much different from other platforms in terms of how people engage with the game. Some people will sit on a couch for a long time, but often they don't. Often they'll be in and out, and you have to keep that in mind to design to that play pattern. How you treat scope has a big impact on that. Designing big, long levels where you have to engage 30 minutes at a time doesn't work so well. Creating scope for production value is good. Everyone loves production value, right? Great story, great visuals. Bringing that to the platform could be really cool. Now, he stated this in 2012, nearly 10 years ago, when they were launching iToys, Industrial Toys. But I think that's really promising for a Battlefield mobile game. Because he's right. PUBG, Call of Duty Mobile, those are all basically ports of those game experiences onto mobile. But with Battlefield, This developer has said, we're not just taking a console PC game and porting it over to a mobile version and expecting people to play it the same way. The founder has said, we are committed to making mobile games, their own platforms, their own standalone devices. As they should be, because the way you interact on a mobile device is not the same way that you interact on your computer. Sometimes you play a mobile game while you're waiting in a line, and so you have 15 minutes, 10 minutes while you're waiting in a queue, and so you pull up a game and play a few rounds of whatever it is, a few levels. And so keeping in mind the scope of mobile gaming is huge, and Battlefield said that this is not going to be a mobile version of their Battlefield 2021 game. They have said this is a standalone game. Make no mistake, this is a standalone game, and I quote, a completely different game from the one we're making for console and PC, designed specifically for the mobile platform. So it sounds like EA is following the vision of its original founder, of iToy's original founder, in creating a mobile game dedicated to mobile gamers. It's being built from the ground up by iToys. Battlefield is not simply porting their current game to mobile games. I think this is huge, and I think this has potential to bring millions of people to the Battlefield franchise that otherwise would not touch it. Battlefield is pulling out all the stops with this. Battlefield is pulling out just everything for this next title. And I think they're doing a really good job of being very tight-lipped and keeping a lid on this. I don't know about you, but I'm really excited about what this has to offer. And I think the announcement of a mobile game is huge. So please let me know what you think about this development. Do you think this is a good thing that they're developing, or do you think mobile gaming is a mistake for Battlefield? Let me know what you think. Drop a note in the comments. Let's have a discussion about this. Oh, they finally opened their lid. They finally spoke about what's coming. And I think this is just the beginning of some really good days for the Battlefield franchise. Let's keep the conversation going. If you like the video, like the video. If you dislike the video, dislike the video. Subscribe to the channel, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Grace and peace.